cool idea. I liked that when I read it.
I love it. We have Mr. Potato Head.
Mm-hmm. Front and center. That'd be under employee recognition, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Mr. Potato Head would be under employee recognition.
I thought I would do it that way.
I think so.
That was a plan, unless you want to see it done differently.
No, I think that's great. We haven't added our next one yet. They haven't added 17 yet.
You can touch it, go ahead.
No, there's the thing up here where they needed to put city master.
Well, yeah, we've got to update it.
Oh, okay.
That's up to us.
Oh, it is?
Are you putting your fingerprints on it?
Yeah.
You sent me, so you claim it. You ladies like to leave this in the press this evening? You want to, Rogers? Okay.
Either one of the Sherry's.
I'll let Rogers.
We could do a duo.
Let's not.
Okay.
You guys are having too much fun.
They are.
Sorry. We sat together in defensive driving today.
Yeah.
Which means they're punch drunk.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 3 Pepsis for you.
Punch drunk.
Ooh.
Oh, my. Are you ready, Carla? Okay, we will go ahead and call the commission meeting to order. We will have Commissioner Randall lead us in the invocation and Commissioner Rogers lead us in the pledge. Please rise.
Pray for me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thanks so much for this wonderful day you've given us, Lord, and this opportunity to come together. And thank you for the lovely weather we've had, and pray you continue to bless our city and our country and be the leaders of our country. So we're going through some crazy times right now. And as we head into the holiday season, we pray you continue to look over all those who are traveling and families. And this time of year, things can get a little crazy out there on traveling on the interstates and highways, and just be with all those during this season. Help us to remember the true meaning of the season, your Son, Jesus Christ, and continue to bless us and be with us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioners. Carla, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Berger.
Here.
Mayor
Here.
Here.
Here. Okay, thank you. Next is the agenda approval. If there are any items on this evening's agenda that need to be removed from consideration, now would be the time to do so.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I move to approve this evening's agenda as given.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this evening's agenda as given. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay, next we'll move into citizen recognition. Mr. Mueller, did you have any citizen recognition?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, any from commissioners?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. Then we'll move into employee recognition. Mr. Mueller?
I do have employee recognition. In front of me is Mr. Potato Head. And that comes from an employee food drive that is held between City of Aztec, City of Farmington, City of Bloomfield, and San Juan County. And for the 5th year in a row, the City of Aztec employees raised the most poundage per employee.
Sure, I like that phrase.
The most poundage per employee?
Yeah,
that's
best
very
term I can come
flattering.
up with under pressure. And it was the average per employee was 22.79 pounds. The closest was San Juan County with 16.37.
That's a good margin.
Yes, so a pretty good margin.
Very nice.
So we're happy to have it back here in Aztec, but out of all seriousness, the real winner was Echo Food Bank,
Absolutely.
who out of the drive collected over 15,000 pounds of food
Wow.
Very nice.
for the season.
Very nice.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you.
Photo ops with Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Do you have anything else for this evening?
I don't.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any employee recognition from commission?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. All right, then moving on in the agenda. Next is the consent agenda. items placed on the consent agenda will be voted on with one motion. If there are any items that do not meet the approval of a commissioner may request that the item be heard under items from the consent agenda.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
I would like to move A from the consent agenda.
Item A. Okay. Are there any other items?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Then I would entertain a motion.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
Move to approve the consent agenda with the exception of item A to be.
Okay.
Second.
We have a second, a motion and a second to approve this evening's consent agenda, with the exception of item A. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay, items from consent agenda. Commissioner McClure, item A.
It's just small, but under the workshop for October 24th, Commissioner Rogers is not listed as being there.
Did you get those
It's just,
amendments that I had sent? Okay.
okay,
The
that's all.
commission didn't get copies of them? Okay. Okay. Okay, so that, with that amendment, is that it?
That's it.
Okay. I would entertain a motion then?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I move to approve consent agenda A.
Okay, commission workshop meeting minutes for October
second.
24.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you.
you're fine. Commissioner Rogers is a second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay, next is citizens' input. If there's anyone who would like to address the commission about any item not listed on this evening's agenda, you may have up to 3 minutes to do so. We need you to sign up at the clerk's table. Do we have? Thank you, Stephen. Okay, that's on tonight's agenda though, so we'll get to that. Okay, then moving on into business items. Business item A, Aztec Sparkles Lighting Incentive. Do you
Madam
know-
Mayor?
Yes.
What you have is staff summary in front of you, dealing with the lighting event that the city has done the last 4 years, I believe. And the first portion of it is what the amounts were that were paid out in utility credits for first, second, and third place. The area below is what staff has recommended as being this year's contest guidelines, if you will, with a new section added for residential, not just commercial. So I'll entertain any questions that you might have from this point or any of the other commissioners, and that's what staff has
Proposing.
recommended, yeah.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Stephen. I love the fact that residential has been added, but how are we going to get the word out? Because the deadline's in a week?
December 4th is when the application process would start.
Right.
And it would end December 15th. Internet, city website, Nixle,
Hopefully newspapers.
newspaper,
Okay.
any option that we can come up with to advertise quickly, we'll pursue.
Because that is a concern, the short,
So they have to pick it up by the application by the 5th?
no, they have to have it turned in.
They have to have it turned in?
By the 4th is what this says.
says.
Oh,
Application deadline, December 4th.
so that is,
What we present you is a form, we put some dates on there, but that, they're not set.
Okay.
The commission needs to
In
decide
stone.
What the time frame is.
well, that's a good idea, because the 4th is next week.
Yes.
It is.
And I doubt that the word could really get out. I think people would really participate, especially in the residential areas, if they knew about it. Good thing the talent's here.
So the
No.
deadline of the 15th would be,
The cutoff date for the entry forms. So, I mean, we're looking at a,
so they don't have to enter by the 4th. They've got
No, they've
until
got-
the 15th.
No, they've got to turn it in.
According to this.
Delane, you can jump in and help me anytime you want to.
Well, the thing with, I just need a little bit of time to compile the addresses from the application that you're gonna get when you go out to do judging. I need to enter the data or, so I can get you a list of all the addresses and all the applications.
Is there any way it could be delayed beyond?
Yeah, you can look at whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, how much time do you need to be comfortable?
It all depends on how many applications we get.
Say there's 100.
Less than 100, a day or two.
Okay,
Okay,
See the
all right.
so-
dates on there.
For clarification, the way this is proposed here, they could begin turning in applications on Monday, the 4th, but you would accept applications through the 15th? Is that how this is worded?
That's not what it says.
No, it seems to
No.
say.
I don't see dates anywhere, so I must
No,
be
I'm
looking at
not
something.
either.
It says the 4th.
What do you guys
On the
have?
actual
On the-
form, not the staff summary, the actual
On
form.
the actual form, it says application.
And we don't have a form included.
I see,
on
I see, I
this.
see now.
The form's up on the thing.
There we go.
Okay, so help me with the intent.
There we
What's-
Yeah, I wasn't at the staff meeting. when this-
Okay,
So
you
when-
just get to administer all of it.
But, you know, once again, I mean, these are just proposals. We can make that
Right.
entry date and
Right.
entry process as long or as short as we want to.
Right, I'm just asking, help me through what the thought process was. That's all I'm asking.
So you could make whatever deadline you want during this month of December, and then have a judging date of whatever you want during, or maybe not even.
So we can
The
make the
pro-
15th the cutoff date, and
Well,
then,
that's the day of judging, too, right?
but we could. put
Well,
the
not
judging on
necessarily.
I mean, I know we
So-
can change that too, but then you get kind of farther into,
Right, and I guess the ultimate goal with staff was to make sure that we've got, if anybody wants to participate, they would submit the form, get signed up through the utility department, and then not put the judging date too early. So
Right.
we see the, you know, the lights all through the Christmas season.
yeah.
So if we need a start date, obviously, and then a cutoff date, which could be, you know, maybe December 15th, that we've got the applicants in there, then we've got a couple of weeks to judge, because hopefully, we're going to have every resident in here putting lights up and participating. And then maybe we set the official results at the end of the month, after Christmas.
Because it makes sense to me, that's the one thing that our dates have always been so early. It
Right.
makes sense to me that lights actually be up for Christmas.
Yes.
That's kind of a,
I think before we tried to do it with Aztec sparkles.
yeah.
We tried it, yeah.
And that was, yeah. And I like extending it longer.
Yeah.
Because if part of the purpose of this also is that we hope folks from surrounding communities come to Aztec
Right.
to see the lights,
Right,
then they need to be up longer to give time.
right.
So, Madam Mayor, I'm
Yes.
looking at the calendar. What if we extended, say, because we're just now voting on it tonight, what if we did say, well, the 8th is a Friday, so that would, I mean, the offices would be closed. It would extend it 3 or 4 days, but then they could start picking them up then, or even on the 4th, whatever, and it would go through the 15th. That
Yeah, have 'em
applications
turn it
have to
in.
be back in by the 15th, and
Yeah.
then that would give
That would give about a week.
Delaying time
You can-
to,
Yeah, and we also talked about maybe not even announcing the date that it's judged, but
Mhm.
announce it that will be judged by, say, the 30th. That way, people won't know exactly what date.
Right, and they don't pull the cord the day after.
Hey, good thinking.
I mean, once again, the goal is to keep the whole city lit up
right,
for
right,
month of December.
right. But if we extend it to turn in their applications to the 15th, then that would still give you time delay?
Yeah, I'd say by the 14th.
14th,
I mean, the 14th,
That gives also customers like weekends.
yeah.
and then, well, and then if we don't say when they're gonna, of course, we'll have to say we'll have to decide when they're gonna be judged, but they've got that, then there's that whole next week that they could be judged before Christmas,
We'll just say they'll be
Right.
judged by this date.
by, okay.
Madam Mayor. And that was, yeah, that's part of my concern was the logistics of it, is who's going to, I mean, like, how many utility customers do we have?
Yeah.
Well, I'm so realistically,
Now that,
if anyone, because it's a $25 credit just for participating. And so that's what's scaring me, is even if we have like 1,000, I mean, that's 25,000, I mean, I don't know, like,
But they have to fill out the application, it's not just like.
no, I get it, but I'm going to fill one out if I have a few lights out to get $25 off my utility bill, is what I'm thinking, you know,
Oh, what level of participation?
Yes,
yeah, because if we have a
1,000.
lot of participation, which is great, but we have to give all of them a $25 credit, which would be great for our citizens.
So if I
bank
put my
up
little
the
swirl thing
utility department.
outside, that's not going to cut it?
Well, no, I'm not, we can't do that. You can't limit
I'm just kidding.
the display.
Must have 1,500 lights or more, or we're gonna go count them.
The way
Yeah.
it's written is everyone could potentially,
Right,
like,
right.
yeah, I want to participate, great. Well, how many of those $25 credits? I mean, I get that the first, second, and third, we can control that. But that's what's terrifying me is if we
Well,
have,
what if you didn't do
Terrifying.
the $25 credit? What
The
if,
credit actually won't matter because I'll have plenty of days to do that. We won't issue a credit till their January billing.
I think he's talking about the
I'm
amount.
talking
He's talking about the
amount,
cost.
money.
Right.
You have
If everybody in
$25
town
per person and
participated.
1,000 people participate.
I mean, I hate to say that because I want everyone to have Christmas lights, but even if it's like a, but then I think it's fair to have a credit.
well, but
For
what if
having a
you
bunch of
didn't have
lights
it?
on.
Because a lot of people are going to put them up anyway. So what if you didn't
No,
have the
I know.
credit?
I'm just throwing that out.
What if you didn't have the credit, but, I mean.
But we still
it
have the
would-
prize.
But, yeah, it would
The top
entice
three
people
prizes.
for $500 off their utility bill.
Right.
That's one utility bill.
So you're saying not have the
So if 100,
participation one.
if
but
100
have
people
just-
showed up, it'd be $2,500. Last year, we spent $7,750. This year, it's been taken down quite a bit with the utility credit.
Right.
2,000, let's see,
Yeah, we're
1,500,
thinking of the 3,000.
less than 2,000, right? For first, second, and third in commercial and residential.
People's choice.
I think even, I think it'd be stretching it even this year if it would even go up close to what it was last year, even with the $25 credit.
Plus 1,000 for People's Choice, are y'all interested in doing?
People's Choice, 1,000.
To me, People's Choice is just a popularity contest. That's my opinion on People's Choice. It's like, how many friends do you have? I think just, unbiased judges who go around would be better, but even, I think, I would like to try it the way it is this first year,
The way it is.
the way it's written right now, even with the People's Choice. And try it, because I still don't think we're going to get anywhere near spending the $7,750 that we did last year. We do.
And I think one of the things we considered too was that they'll probably be spending at least 25 additional dollars that they wouldn't have spent if they do have lights up. So it
Yeah,
kind of,
not
all
necessarily.
Well, Ken had brought that up before, and he said there really
Yeah,
wasn't a
there's
spike.
not.
right.
There really wasn't a spike. But this brings, from the 3,000, 2,000, 1,000 down, and it used to be $75 for participating, right?
Just for commercial though, right?
Oh, it's just commercial.
It's
Right.
just commercial.
I guess part of my thing was to help get the word out faster because it was a short amount of time. Because I was going to put some applications on the calendar, but maybe not
On the what?
on our.
No, I think we should, but
We were looking at maybe 1,000 people,
1,000 people signing up?
500 coming in.
That's 12,000 right there if it's 500. I mean,
I don't know.
that's what,
If it's on the
That
calendar.
scares you.
Why are you concerned about putting them on that counter?
Well, I'm not. I'm just saying
Oh.
we need the logistics of it and the dollar
Gotcha.
amount.
I
But that's,
I don't know. I mean, I was in favor of cutting down, like the business, the business
right?
prizes. I wasn't looking at that amount. I was looking at maybe cutting them in half. I don't know.
But with the
I'm
adding the
torn.
residential.
I know, the whole residential, I don't know. I just feel like we're complicating the crap out of this, and,
I agree.
it
an
gets
official
more
term.
complicated instead of less, and I just,
You know what I think would be cool, and it's too late this year, Mayor. But I think what would be cool next year, and to put the word out now, by the way, for next year, is that there would be like put it out now and then remind people that there would be like a block or neighborhood
competition.
competition. So instead of an individual house, all the neighbors get together and say, hey, let's try to win this. And then they get, everyone in that neighborhood who participates, something. Because again, if 1,000 people show up or sign up, that would be awesome that many people found out about it. But I tend to agree with the mayor at one point of, it's a little late in the game to try to work out the logistics.
Certainly to try to change a whole lot.
Right, and get the word out. But if we say, hey, look forward to next year because we're going to have neighborhood competitions, where the prize is, where, everybody in your neighborhood wins. You don't have to say what. Not that I'd give them a little widget, but,
I'm pretty sure they'd want to know.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
On judging, you had a group that went to judge residential or commercial. Would it have to be the same for residential? So if you had 1,000, how are you going to get them to all the houses?
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Drive quick, look elsewhere.
logistically,
I just don't know how you.
again, it's all about, that needs to be ironed out, if it's even feasible, but to iron it out in the next 10 days.
Or
Well-
10 minutes.
It might help iron it out if we don't do the 25 credit for everybody that enters. We just put it out to whoever wants to enter residential or commercial. That might cut it down some to where it is a little bit more manageable.
So go for first, second, and third residential, commercial, and then the people's choice.
Yes,
And then just cut out the participation
yes.
for
That-
categories.
And that would make your job
Quite
a
few.
whole lot easier, wouldn't it, Delene?
The winners,
Yeah.
Right.
but then
But you could still potentially have 500 people apply, and Chief has a
What,
good point that I hadn't
How
thought
you
of, is
get
how you
around?
gonna,
Here,
But they wouldn't all win.
No, but
but
how
how
do
do
you
you-
get around to all of them?
yeah, how do you get
sorry,
one team
That's okay.
around to judge all 500?
does it have
of
to
them?
be judged? Can we just do the online surveys where they just go in and they, and then we just pick the top 3 from the survey?
For people's choice, basically.
Yeah, for people's choice, and that way they can just go in and,
The problem
How would you
with
set up the
that
survey?
is how people enter the address and have to manually go through every single address to tag it.
True.
and that falls on who?
Monkey would work on that.
Yeah, that would be tough.
You just have to, yeah.
Because if people type things,
Right.
spellings and.
Right.
it's wrong.
And we can't do it like
Drive
multiple
instead of-
choice, because then it'd be like, they could be up to 100 addresses.
Well, I love the idea of the residential competition. I just feel like it
It's too many.
complicates it way too much.
I agree with you, Mayor.
Think about it for next year.
Yeah.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
So what if we leave the commercial in and go ahead and give the commercial the $25 credit? And we're still cutting, so we're still, as with the budget being tighter, we're still allowing quite a bit towards your utility credit, first, second, and third. And for this year.
Which rates
and
are you
then-
talking about going with? Last year?
I'm saying, no, I'm saying go with the rates for commercial that they proposed this year, but still give and just leave it at commercial. Don't try to do the residential this year because it's kind of late in the game to try to do that and figure out the logistics of how to get around to every residence to judge it with the same team to
about
try
we-
to do that. And
What we
then we could maybe iron it out a little bit more for next year,
Over
keep
the
it in
course of the
mind
year.
for next year
Yeah.
and do that. But give
Well,
the,
what about instead of cutting it as far down as proposed here, if we're not going to do residential, let's cut last year's rates in half.
1,500, 1,500.
And just leave it just for commercial?
And then 25 utility credit
For participation.
for participation.
And still have a people's choice?
no,
No people's choice. And
I think that would be good.
I love the idea, but
I
honestly,
like the people's choice, but, yeah.
What
How
about
would
if we
do it?
I know, I'm
Oh, sorry.
just.
What about if we cut that in half at people's choice?
But how do we do it? That's the concern. That's what Ed brought up. How do we even?
How do you tabulate it? How do you?
Submit your photo online.
Well, it would be just commercial this year.
it would just be commercial.
Yeah.
So if
So
the
people's
people's
choice
choice
commercial?
is just
Yeah.
commercial, is
That
that
does
right?
narrow it a lot, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That, give them this, how many did we have last?
15,
15, but
was
most
60.
had a 78.
commercial? Yes.
Something like that could actually
Be
be created in
managed.
Survey Monkey and people would just.
Right.
select-
Especially if there's 15,
Yeah.
yeah. Then you can do a multiple
Even
choice.
50
Gotcha,
would be
okay.
easily done. It's just when you get into the hundreds and
Right.
trying to have those addresses, that won't work well.
So Mayor, would you, I'm sorry,
No, go ahead.
would you take that to 500 or leave that at 1,000?
I don't know. What's,
Well, let's do the math.
Well, the question there is what if the first place
Place
is the
is
people's
also
choice
the
as well?
people's choice.
I'd
Well,
say
then
they
that
get-
happens. I
Right.
mean, that's what judging's all about.
Gonna get paid twice.
Yep.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
Could we, I'm just thinking for the participation rate. No, I know it's, but like as a business, if it's down to 25, you gotta look at what it's gonna cost you to put up all the lights. I'm just, since we're on the leave it commercial, can we leave the participation rate a little higher? And just that way it's more of an incentive, okay, well, it's gonna cover the additional electricity. Is 25 make sense versus the 75, or do we know why we lost so much participation last year?
Because I didn't go around door to door and actually hand out the applications.
That's what
That was the difference between 76 and 15.
So it's your fault that it.
It's my fault. Thank you.
But at the same time, I honestly don't feel like we should have to go door to door.
No, but it was early in the game, and it wasn't quite out there. It's more out there now. More people know about it. But those first couple of years,
Yeah.
it's like you almost have to. I did it for the first
Right,
2
to get
years.
it started.
And
Right.
we heard last night, the rumor's already out there that it's not happening this year at all, since it hadn't come up
Yeah,
yet,
but
so.
I don't deal with rumors.
I
so-
know, but at least we know it's out there.
Plus, all right, I'm doing the math. Hold on.
What are you doing math on?
much?
How much it would be if we
Oh,
just
If we
cut
cut
it
them
down?
in
Yeah,
half, if it kept the, what are you doing the People's Choice as?
1,000.
Okay.
So if it was the same participation as last year, and we took the utility credits down by half as the mayor suggested, except for we added another 1,000 for People's Choice, then it would be 5,125. And that would be with the, oh gosh, did I do 75 credit? Hold on. Let me go back. No, they don't have that in here.
But we could add it if you want.
So if we kept the utility credit for just participating at 75 and 15 people, let's say you did it by last year, participated, that'd be 1,125, which brings it to, and then if you did the honorable mention, I think honorable mention last year was 500.
But let's do either People's Choice or honorable mention,
Right.
not,
I agree. So 5,125 as opposed to last year, 7,750. Unless you get a whole lot more participating.
Okay.
And that's at the $75 participation
the utility credit.
credit.
I could support that.
We'll do it.
Okay. Other thoughts, comments?
Somebody's going to have to make a motion
I know,
with all these numbers in it.
I know. Yes.
Okay.
So, Ed, put the,
Oh, he changed them already up there.
well,
Yeah,
not
you
the
got-
participation.
You've got them changed.
I'm changing these, are we satisfied with like the dates?
I thought,
To December 18th, judging will be by
No.
December 31st, but the ballots have to be turned in for the People's Choice by the December 29th.
I think we talked about the
And then,
14th for
Whatever
the,
we announced after the first of the year. That pushes everybody to the month of December.
Did we wait to announce winners till after the first of the year? That seems, I mean, I know we went them through Christmas, that kind of leaves,
Well, the issue we have is
Paper
that
ballots by
Christmas
December
falls
29th.
on
yeah, Christmas is Monday.
Monday.
Right, we've got that week.
We've got 3 days that week to compile everything.
Anticipation.
so Delane, so you guys had suggested possibly having them turned in by the 14th? And then we could judge sometime in that following week, before Christmas?
I almost think that's better, even though it still is short notice. But it's with the businesses who have already been doing it for 3 years.
Right.
So what it does is extend theirs. Also, when we had put in the business thing, we said that they would not get the credit if they did not keep their lights up through the end of the year. We did that caveat the second and third year. I think that wording has to be back in on your,
Rules?
Say if you keep the judging date not public, because
Right, just by,
maybe that would
right.
keep them on.
yeah, but in order for them to get their credit, they have to be on the full time, through December 31st.
That means someone going around checking.
Yeah.
I did that for a couple of years.
I know Josh did it last year.
I don't mind checking. I don't mind driving around and checking to make sure.
So judging sometime the week of the 18th through the 22nd?
But the
Is that what we're thinking?
applications we have on there as the 18th.
Well, he was just making
No.
those.
You gotta come up with dates.
Oh,
I
okay.
think the
think the
applications
14th.
need to be turned in by the 14th at the latest, I would think.
I think so too.
That's 2 weeks, and I think that would be enough time,
I also
right?
think in the future, staff gets to set these dates, and we don't have to spend commission meeting time doing this.
We can do that.
Second.
I'm just,
So applications are due by the 14th,
Judging by the 21st?
and judging would be between in the week of the 18th through the 21st or 22nd, whatever.
Can we have until this year to turn them in instead of 2014?
Good point,
you mean you
Michelle.
don't have yours in yet, Michelle? Come
No,
on.
I got rid of my time machine several years ago.
Ed was just testing everybody.
Good catch.
The credit's going to go to 75 too, Ed.
Yep.
We're gonna
And it's not Monday, December 14th, it is Thursday.
I know,
Right.
just give me the dates.
All right.
All right.
That'll work out.
So we'll
But,
say,
oh, wait, there's more.
Am I correct that we're going to get the staff summary amended to where we like it, and then the motion can just be as per the amended
he can
staff
fix it.
summary?
Please, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That seems to be the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
who's going to attempt?
So, is Ed still fixing?
Yeah, he's still
He's
working
gonna-
on it.
he's- Yeah, he's going to wait until we tell him what.
Application due December 14th.
Yeah.
If you're just doing commercial, you need to take residential off who?
I'll do a search here, but I need dates.
Okay.
I
Okay,
need commission to direct me on what dates you want.
okay. So
Should we,
that December 14th is good, but it's a Thursday, but anyway. And then judging will occur between the
In the week of the 18th?
on the week of, sometime during the week of between the 18th and the 21st or 22nd.
We could just say in that week,
21st, in that
couldn't
week,
we?
The week of the 18th. Okay,
And we put the $75 participation.
We're doing 75?
yes.
sorry, Ed.
That's fine, we need to go through it so I can get the.
It's on the next page too.
People's Choice did 1,000.
Yes.
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 You're leaving people's choice at 1,000?
Yes.
Yep.
Do we want People's Choice Award to be done strictly electronically, or are we going to allow for paper ballots?
You know, a lot of people just don't do electronic.
I understand that.
So-
But
I think
when you
we-
have paper ballots, it will take some time to process, and that processing may not occur as quickly as it would for the judges determining who gets first, second, and third.
So they have to be in,
So that the
Bump it
date
up.
to turn in paper ballots needs to be earlier so that we can start processing that, so that when we determine the People's Choice Award, that occurs at the same day that the judges determine who's first, second, and third.
And that kind of all
Okay.
depends on how many, if we only have 15, you can do it like in an
and the
hour.
visitor center is open
Until 4 o'clock,
on what days of the week?
Monday through Saturday, Tuesday through Sunday, sorry.
It's open on Sunday? During the winter months?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then let's put it that Sunday before Christmas, if it's going to be open.
Which is the 23rd?
24th.
4th.
24th.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, Sunday's the 23rd.
24th is not a
And
good
put
day.
it whatever day closest before Christmas, okay? Whatever
22nd.
day that
The
is.
Friday before Christmas.
Okay.
22nd.
The visitor center will be open. Just put it on that.
22nd.
Friday before 22nd.
Yes.
And we want to announce winners when?
I'm thinking it's going to have to be after Christmas.
Well, yeah, after Christmas.
After Christmas, okay?
Thursday, the 28th?
Sure.
Sounds good.
I'll give them enough time to kind of compile all the information.
Now, it'll stay up a while, though. It won't be just on that one day, right?
Yeah, we'll have it posted and it'll stay.
Okay.
Posted for the year.
Okay. 18th.
I said 22nd, so that's the Friday.
Okay,
So that's that entire week.
okay.
Yep.
So we still have to put this into a motion, though, right?
I'm gonna let you do the
No,
motion.
Well,
as
just-
amended. Just
No.
As a-
Okay.
I'm going to look for every case.
Which is amended.
Oh, that's easy.
And then he had to do the motion, because he's really good at it.
Doing all these notes, but we don't-
You take out the "and."
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I would say we do as amended and give Ed the leeway to correct any typos that he finds later.
I agree.
That sounds like a motion.
Do you want to make it?
Madam Mayor, I move to approve the 2018 Holiday Lighting Contest Initiative as amended.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Carla, are you comfortable? Okay. Okay. Making sure.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Next on the agenda then, item B, purchase of real property, 119 East Chuska Street, 119 South Church Avenue, Aztec, New Mexico, 87410.
Stephen?
Nobody wants to talk to us?
He didn't bring his pink stuff.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Commissioner. This is a staff report to purchase the property at 119 South Chester. The other address is 119 South Church. If there's any questions, I will entertain.
So to begin with, are there questions from commission for Stephen or Steve at this point?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I want to do something that's a little different this evening because we do have a packed room. So I'm curious with the raise of hands, how many people are here to hear this item this evening? Doesn't matter for or against, I just like to see. Okay. So the majority of the folks in the room. Okay. What I would like to do, and this is a little, again, out of the ordinary, but you have all come for this item this evening. And so what I would like to do is give you an opportunity to address us. However, I will limit that time because we do have a room full of folks. And we've already spent a ridiculous amount of time on the lighting contest, so my apologies for that. But I would like to briefly hear from everyone. I do have a timer, and I would like to do 2 minutes per person, so I'd ask that you keep comments brief. But everyone who would like that opportunity, do we need to have a sign-up sheet so that you capture everyone? Do you have another one, or do you want to start with this? Okay.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
if I might suggest, a lot of these folks don't know, maybe they should be informed that the commission has had a workshop and a closed session, both on this issue before this evening.
Okay.
So that,
Okay. Okay. Okay, so so I know Mr. Unsicker has signed up to address the commission. They said, I would ask that everyone keep their comments to 2 minutes or less for anyone who would like to speak. If you would like to speak, we do need you to sign up. Okay? And Warren, would you like to begin since you are signed up? Okay.
How are you all doing this evening?
Good.
Good. Yeah, my name is Warren Unsicker. I am the CEO of Four Corners Economic Development. I live at 4 Road 3029 here in Aztec, New Mexico. Appreciate the opportunity to address you all about this amazing asset that the city currently has. This is something that when I arrived, I was thoroughly impressed with the work that had gone into this amazing program and asset that has been created here in the city of Aztec. It's something you don't see in cities of this size, and was in part why you all won an award at the International Economic Development Council. I was very pleased to be there for that opportunity, and I'm glad that Sally was able to attend as well. But as such, I ask that you carefully consider this asset because it is something that is valuable and does garner attention for this community because it is so unique and it is so valuable to creating new business. This initiative is one of a kind, in my opinion, for our area, and shows the entrepreneurial nature of this community and its dedication to trying to innovate and likewise attract new businesses into the area and diversify the economy. And so if there is any fiscally responsible way to either finance or purchase it outright, I would ask that the commission carefully consider that because it would be a shame to lose such a valuable asset for the community. It's become a gathering place for the community. It has become something that I think will grow into something even greater as time goes on. And I look forward to hopefully helping that happen. So with that, if any questions from the commission, I welcome them, but just encourage you to carefully consider this asset and potentially perpetuating it into the future. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, who else do we have? Jackie. Okay.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Commissioners and staff. I'll try to keep this brief. I haven't been in Aztec long, but I have been here for the entire time that the hub has been here. And in that time, from seeing the community before the hub and after the hub, I would just say that I have noticed it's been an incredible gathering place for the community, both as the business incubator, people frequenting 550, and also as a meeting place. You know, Aztec Trails and Open Space has their meetings there. I've been to other meetings there, and it seems to be serving a really valuable role in the community that I'm not sure how you can put a price tag on that value, but if I would agree with Mr. Unseger 100%, if there's a way to responsibly, financially continue taking on the hub, I think it's a great thing for the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, Mr. Schnobel?
Excuse me. Madam Mayor, Commissioners, staff, and everybody that's here tonight. I'm not near as eloquent as Mr. Unseger or as smart as Jackie, but I just really want to kind of piggyback and echo some of the things that they've said. Because I know one of the things that has been talked about is the staffing and the operating costs going forward to kind of quote unquote do it right, as Mr. Saavedra had said at the workshop last Monday. And I was just thinking, I went to an ATOS meeting the other night. We often go and have a beer after we, come to commission meetings, or if we get together as a group of friends, to watch a band or whatever. I mean, that's not the reason to keep it open, but it's kind of grown organically without really, self-admittedly the management that it may require in the future. So imagine what it could be. If it was, like Stephen had said, if the money is budgeted to market it a little better and to staff it a little better and to, as the community gets more and more aware, we have another summer under our belt coming up, to piggyback on the success of this past summer. So I would just like to add my support and some, friends of the neighborhood that I've talked to that have also expressed their support to keep this open. It's a real bright spot in the community. And I think people are excited about that kind of emanating out in hopefully the rest of the downtown area over the months and years to come. So I also urge you, if possible, to support the hub in whatever way we can as a city. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, do we have anyone else signed up? No one else who would like to address the commission? Okay. Okay, then if there are no other questions from commission for staff, I would entertain a motion.
Madam Mayor?
My goodness.
Yes.
I would just like to make, as Mr. Thrower alluded to earlier, request for careful consideration of, this has been something that we've discussed. We've carefully considered it, and we've looked at all the options possible, and to fund responsibly, I think we've come to the conclusion that we can't. I mean, it's our decision here tonight, it's not like we don't support the hub, or we don't support what's going on, or the good things that are happening in Aztec because of the hub. It's just fiscally moving forward, making the decisions that we have to make. It's, what we're charged with as commissioners. So just wanted to add that it has been discussed, and maybe a quick motion tonight, but that's not,
And it is quite a struggle because, you see the value of it as a gathering place, but at the same time as an incubator, some of the things we had envisioned didn't come to fruition. And so it's kind of hard to hope that happens in the future if it hasn't happened yet. So it is a struggle, and I know we've spent a lot of time talking about it.
Yeah. I just want to make that clear that we have carefully considered this, and it's not a fly by the seat of our pants decision on the decision that's made tonight. Madam Mayor?
Yes.
Move, everything has to be in the affirmative, correct?
That is the preferred, yes.
I would move to approve the lease purchase agreement for $135,000 of real property, the subject property being located at 119 East Chusca, Aztec, New Mexico, 87410.
Okay. Carla, would you please call the roll?
Do we have to have a second?
I'm not,
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
there's-
sure
sorry.
I understand this.
It has to be made in the affirmative. So a vote for, the motion was to approve the purchase. And so a vote for is approving the purchase. A vote nay is not approving. Okay?
Gotcha.
Okay, so, yeah, thank you. So we do have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All right. Carla, would you please call the roll? Aye.
Man, I've struggled with this one. I have to vote aye.
Can I go last? I'm going to go aye.
Nay.
Nay.
3-2.
3-2.
3-2.
Okay, and I would echo what Commissioner Randall said. This has been a tough decision. This has been something that certainly not a single one of us have made this decision lightly, and it has been a struggle. I realize from tonight, some in the community will be happy with the decision, and some will be unhappy with the decision. And I understand that completely. I also understand that probably, I would guess, 3/4 of our community does not understand what business incubation is. And that's something that we have to work on as a city. I'm hoping Forsed will help us with that some. It is not simply rent abatement. They don't hand out international awards for just offering low rent. And so that's something that we will have to work on diligently, as well as managing our finances. So,
And Madam Mayor?
Yes.
I'd like to add to that if I could. Some of the commitments from other business communities that offered it that then did not follow through, I think it's important for us as the commission to approach them, and I guess pressure would be the only word I can think of. If they
or
want
find alternative methods.
There you go.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Then moving on in this evening's agenda, then that leads us to City Manager, Commissioner, and Attorney reports. Mr. Mueller.
No report, ma'am.
Okay, I have no report. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I hope everyone has very good holidays, and that whatever it is that we're struggling with, because all of us are at some point, that you find some peace and some resolution as we move forward and into the new year. Mayor Pro Tem.
A couple things. Congratulations to all the staff and everybody on the Echo Food Bank thing. Mr. Potato Head. And I just wanted to say, the lights downtown and stuff are looking really good, that staff's been putting up all the lights and the Christmas ornaments and stuff like that.
I can't help but drive through town with the song, it's beginning
Yeah.
to look a lot like Christmas.
Right.
That's the goal. That's
Right. And then I did attend, since the last commission meeting, I attended the EDAB meeting, and we had consensus planning on a conference call for the MRA study, which is the Metropolitan Redevelopment Area, right?
Yes.
I was doing that for Commissioner McClure.
Acronyms, thank you.
I have to stop and think about it. And then we had several business owners from the United Merchants Association that came and talked to us again about how the perception, unfortunately, no matter what we do, the perception is still out there that we're not business friendly. Seems like no matter what we do, we can't get past that with some people. So, but there was a good discussion on that. So, and then and then that afternoon I attended the MPO meeting. They are still, we're still in the process of getting the new JPA and bylaws for the MPO. We were looking at the COG actually running it, but that's not going to be we may hire them to manage it, but it looks like Farmington is still going to be the fiscal agent for that, and then they would contract out with the COG to manage the MPO. And they pointed out how important it is to have a fully staffed MPO. They've been operating with a Farmington department head as the MPO officer, and we're still short a senior planner. So hopefully they can get those positions, which may end up having the cities, the entities, having to put in a little bit more money to hire that other position. So just FYI on that. They're looking at a timeline to the COG to probably have a decision, hopefully by December 17th. I believe that's the COG's next quarterly meeting. Is that right, Austin? Do you know? Sure. So anyway, so it's something that they're still spending a lot of time on and looking at for that. I did talk to DOT. I think I reported a few weeks ago that they had pushed what work they were going to do on the Navajo Dam Road on a 2-mile section for a safety corridor. They had pushed that out farther because they had deemed that it wasn't a safety project. It was more of a redo, basically. I mean, they needed to come in and do more.
So reconstruction instead of just safety upgrades?
That's not what they call it, not reconstruction, but so I did mention to the DOT gentleman that was there. He's actually the deputy DOT for District 5. That we had just had a double fatality on Navajo Dam Road just a few weeks ago, and so that maybe they could look at that a little harder, because anybody that travels Navajo Dam Road knows that it's bad. So anyway, I think the parade is the 9th.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. Aztec Sparkles, the parade, lots of events downtown.
Lots of events, yeah. And the Thanksgiving Day potluck for the employees was very nice. I enjoyed that a lot. And I just want to also say, like the other commissioners, this was a really tough decision for all of us, and we all spent. Stephen even brought us Pepto-Bismol last night to the closed session. It's just been it was a real struggle for all of us, not just for me, but for everybody to make this decision. But I just think for the long range health of our community, we keep talking about diversifying, and I think that if we don't do something to try to do that, we're going to be another 10 years down the road and still not be diversified from oil and gas. We'll still be in the same position, and we just need to really try to do everything that we can do to encourage business to come to town. So, thank you.
Commissioner Rogers?
Haven't attended any meetings. Our next airport advisory board meeting is not until after the first of the year. The potluck, the employee potluck was great, and hopefully the Christmas party will be well attended as well. and I would like to put in my 2 cents on the hub. It was definitely a struggle, and I thought I had my mind made up one way as of last night, and reconsidering and hearing from people today, I think I'd like to give it a shot, but I would really, really encourage people in the community that feel in the positive about this to really help support us moving forward and getting the word out. Participation, it's going to be important for people to stand behind what they're saying and not just have it be the commission or staff or just a few people putting an effort into it. It needs to be a community involvement if the community wants it here. So that's all I've got.
Okay. Mr. Randall?
I agree. Downtown looks great with Christmas lights. Love Christmas time. I just wanted to ask or bring up the second commission meeting in December. It's on the 26th. Are we? Everyone okay with that? Or
No.
Okay.
No, I know I had spoken with Carla about it previously, so if the commission's good with that, we will cancel that one. Reschedule if we have anything pressing, but otherwise just cancel. Is that?
Aye.
Because our next commission meeting is on the 12th, and so, yeah, at that point, we should have an idea if there will be anything pressing.
All right. And that is all.
A quick question for you, Commissioner Randall. So I believe last meeting we talked about the COG, and I don't think we've got that followed up with yet about appointing someone.
Right. Yeah, we need to get someone in there because I can't.
Okay.
With Josh being gone.
I don't remember. Okay, I'll add it to my list to try to follow up with them.
Yeah, I can email it.
And
I
see.
haven't gotten anything recently.
Well, what we need to do is find out what they need from us, because some entities need a letter or in minutes stating.
I can find out.
Okay, I'll let you then.
Sorry.
No, you're
I
fine.
haven't done that already, but yeah,
You're
I'll find
fine.
out. I can do that.
Okay.
Driving to Gallup for a meeting I can't do, but I can.
I understand.
I can send an email. So.
Okay, Commissioner McClure.
I have nothing.
Okay, Mr. Throy.
I'll be out of town December 6th, 7th, and 8th for the New Mexico Municipal Attorneys Association meeting in Albuquerque.
Okay. All right. Okay, then we'll move into department reports. Everyone's staying frozen to their chairs. Okay.
Stephen, are you sure? Nothing? Nothing? I'm just kidding.
He's running out for that next bottle of Pepto-Bismol. All right, so at this time, then, I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
All right. Thank you, everyone who came this evening. It is good to see a